Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. We are here at the 2024 iCAST show. I'm in the Berkeley booth. Pretty excited to show you some of this stuff. A lot of it I knew was out. I couldn't talk about it, but a lot of it I haven't actually seen. This is the first time I've gotten to put my hands on it. So we're gonna walk around. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I really like that I think you guys might find interesting as well. One of the things I'm most excited about here at iCAST is the Drip Minnow by Berkeley. They've got it in a whole bunch of colors, but specifically the HD color. Guys, I don't know if you can see this. That is one of the most lifelike looking minnows that we've got. For me personally, I cannot wait to get this out, do some videos for you, because I've actually been using this now for many months. I'm gonna say 6 months potentially, probably not that long, maybe 3 or 4 months. But I've been fishing it on a hover rig, guys. This thing works great for that. It also works really good to put it on a tush, do a little mid-strolling with it. But if you're talking about a lifelike looking minnow that can be fished at multiple different levels on a lot of different techniques, this drip minnow is one you're gonna be hearing a lot of guys about, or you're gonna be hearing a lot about in the future. But this little tail moves around in the water and it's got great darting motion. It's a very, very lifelike looking minnow. Another bait that I'm really excited to try is this guy right here, and this is new to me. I haven't actually seen this or heard about this. I'm holding one in my hand for the first time. This is the Jack, so this is a new rattle bait. This is a lipless crankbait. When I look at the back, because again, this is completely new to me, it gets me excited. It talks about a tungsten weighting, which allows for faster sink rate, crisp vibration, and higher pitch rattles. That's one thing that we know with lipless crankbaits is we're starting to see a really good trend of narrower, heavier baits that fall faster, have a tighter wobble, and produce a lot of sound. There's a lot of good ones on the market right now. So this is one I'm really looking forward to trying. Talks about having dual flash point features, which enhance the side-to-side flash, which is another thing that we've seen the Berkeley camp really preach, was how if you have dual colors, that two-tone color approach is a good way to trigger fish into striking, and we definitely see that here. This one specifically is the chartreuse flash. I cannot wait to throw that for some smallmouth back home. Anything like that is going to drive some bites. Really excited to see this. I haven't tried it yet, so hopefully I can get my hands on a couple and do a couple of trial runs with it, and I'll let you know what I think about it. One of the new products that I've just mentioned we've got is the Berkeley forward line. I've got the designer here who can talk way more in detail about what makes this so cool than me just saying, hey, it's a long casting braided line. So could you just give us a little detail as to what makes this so special?
Sure, Matt. No, it's a great question. Certainly with Berkeley, it's all about catch more fish, as you well know, right? Yep. Berkeley, that's our tagline. We've optimized it for forward-facing sonar. When people are forward-facing sonar fishing, they're using spinning tackle, 8-pound braid to 8-pound leader. And what we want to do is we want to make you as efficient as possible on the water. Yep. Okay. So this is a proprietary process. We thermally fuse this braid, put somewhat of a shell on the outside of the braid, makes it super smooth. Doesn't allow you to penetrate the line with a hook. You know, sometimes that can be a problem. Doesn't allow water to get in it. You're going to struggle to throw wind knots with it, which is a great thing. You think about throwing spinning all day with small stuff, right? Yeah. So this is gonna be a great product if you want to cast small stuff far, and you want to get it down, get it to sink quick, and it's going to make you as efficient as possible when you're forward-facing sonar fishing. Okay. Yeah. Now, some of the technical side of this is it's longitudinally twisted, so it's not braided. You braided crossover. You know, when you have a braid, you get that dampening effect. So this will be even more sensitive than braid because it's longitudinally twisted. You have a better connection with your bait. Yeah. Okay. And then of course we talked a lot about sink rate. We talked about wind knots. Just a fantastic product. I mean, to make a braid that's more sensitive, or to make this line more sensitive than a traditional braid, it's amazing. I'll tell you what. One of the great things about this is it'll actually cast 30% farther than conventional braids. Conventional braids, Matt, have a tendency, coatings come off, they have a tendency to flatten out. Yep. And when that happens, they get water inside within and amongst those fibers. And then you create drag. You create drag in the air, you create drag in the water.
Yeah, it's that little, like, if you're a braid user, you start seeing the little filaments and the little pieces of braid that stick up. So when you go to make a cast, like you said, that catches air, catches a little bit through the guides, it slows the process down. But this does not break down nearly as fast, which allows you to cast more accurately and further distance.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, if you're a guy that thinks, well, you know, forward-facing sonar, it has a tendency to keep fish away and detract from fish activity, and you know, you're not quite sure. You need something that's going to cast far, but you also need something to cast accurately. A lot of you guys are pitching and flipping. You're not throwing as far as you can. You're throwing 20, 30, maybe 40 yards because you're pinpointing certain spots. We all know when we golf, right? The harder I swing, the worse I'm going to be left to right.
Well, that might be you.
It is me, okay? It is very much me, especially being left-handed. But one of the things we want to do is, again, increase your efficiency on the water. And if I can get you to be more accurate and you're going to be able to have an opportunity to catch more fish that way, you're going to get more fish in the boat and you're going to be winning tournaments.
Well, and so one of the things that this is geared towards, obviously, is forward-facing sonar, right? So that is one of the keys to it. But I got to tell you, as somebody that's been testing this now for a couple of months, it's not just forward-facing sonar fishing. This is going to excel in all your finesse applications. Like for me, one that jumped right out was hair jig fishing. You know, with a small hair jig, I'm throwing a 1/32 ounce bait, and a lot of the key to that is just making a longer cast. So when you take the forward line, you pair it up with some of your light finesse applications. Maybe you're a bait finesse system guy, you know, throwing the light bait casting gear. This is going to be some stuff that's going to enable you to make those longer casts. It doesn't break down as much, which when you're talking about really light braids, so you've got it all the way down to 4-pound test,
all the way down to 4 pound.
You know, when you're talking about that light braid, you need something that is more durable. It's going to withstand, you know, the wear and tear of a day of fishing on the water, and that's what this does. So you guys, I mean, from my testing and what you guys have talked about, I'm really excited to see this come out, to see the general public take it, because I really do feel like this braid it's up here. Like, it's a good braid.
You know, we make a lot of good products, but there's no doubt this is the Maserati of braids.
Yeah, it is a good one. So here's another one that I'm pretty disappointed I didn't get to prototype. This guy right here, the Power Bait Clatter Craw. This has got a lot of different things going on here. So it's a plastic craw that's designed around one of the most lifelike looking jig heads I've seen. It's got a built-in, this looks like a fluorocarbon weed guard. I guess I don't know that for sure, but I believe it's fluorocarbon. And then it's got molded in rattles into the kicker cross. So this bait is going to be really versatile bait. I think you could drag this on the bottom. I think you could flip it into laydowns. I think you could throw it almost anywhere that you wanted. And it's got a bunch of lifelike looking colors where I know they worked with some biologists to really try to hone in the specific colors based on certain regions, because as we all know, crayfish are different colored no matter where you're at. So to see this guy for the first time is pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to getting the old clatter craw out there to see if I can catch a couple bass on it. The last one I'm going to talk about here, well, there's a whole bunch of new stuff that Berkley's come out with. They got a bunch of different sizes of the Credge coming out, new colors. Same thing with the Stunna. You got a small size, you got a bigger size, the 112+2, you got the 100. A lot of cool things, but this is one that I'm really excited about. So this is the unrigged Cull Shad. You know, the Cull Shad with the harness has been around for a while, but the unrigged one allows you to rig this in any way that the angler chooses. So if you want to top hook it, you can do that. You want to line through it, coming out the belly, you can do that. Personally, I love to put this on our core tackle tush. I've caught a lot of fish. I've been prototyping this one for a while too. Just a great running swim bait that can be rigged in any manner that the angler chooses, and that's one thing I'm really excited about. But the Berkley show, they've got a lot of new baits coming out here at iCAST. You're going to see them probably roll out over the rest of this year. Just pretty exciting stuff. A lot of new colors, a lot of new sizes, new variations of bait. So why don't you go check them out. The ones that have links, the ones that are available now, I'll put links to those on Tackle Warehouse so you guys can check them out yourself. Otherwise, guys, I got to get to my next booth. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow.